Hello everyone. Today we're going to dive into taking a look at a common fix for shapefiles that are needing to be uploaded into farm management software to be processed. Have you ever had issues where you uploaded the shapefile data and it threw an error and you thought maybe the file was not supported or maybe had been corrupted? There is a common fix that we're going to dive into today and try to take a look at that and help assist with those type of issues that can come up from time to time. This is especially more common in equipment that puts out shapefiles that is not part of the big brand names that are commonly out there and is found in some others less common manufacturers, like Raven is one example. And they have shapefile data, but they're maybe not include every piece of that shapefile at times. And so we'll dive right in to taking a look at how to correct this. A couple things today, and the main thing is relating to getting farm data uploaded to your favorite online software to process your ag data, such as planting, harvest, or application data like spraying or applying fertilizer. And some of the equipment, especially more of the generic equipment out there that just produces maybe shapefiles instead of like a specific manufacturer's proprietary data in the field. And you will find some of these files that just create shapefiles are missing a critical file type in their structure. Most, at least some of the processing or data processing software requires 4 parts to a shapefile. And the one that seems to be missing in some of the manufacturing data, or rather the generic equipment that produces these shapefiles, is the PRJ file. This PRJ file, I'm not really sure at all what it does or how it relates to the shapefile process, but it is important for processing. But it appears, as we're going to show today, and how you can come up with that file without it being created by the device or the GPS system you're using. So just because you're having errors with your shapefile process of only having the 3 files is not the end of the road as far as getting your data into some software where you're able to use it as a coverage map, or maybe pretty basic as a coverage map. Sometimes they might hold more info than that. But if you're wanting to get it into software so it can be used and you can see where you sprayed and applied product or planted or harvest, there is a way to do that. And that's what we're going to dive in today to do. So for starters, we're going to start as if you have just come from your piece of equipment and you have backed up the farm data, the ag data, onto your USB drive, and you're now coming and sitting in front of your computer and you're going to try to get that uploaded to software. We're going to go through those steps. I've plugged in the flash drive here, and you can see I'm calling it My Farm USB. And so that when you see that showing up on your computer, you can find that and click whatever you call that USB drive. You'll note today I'm using a Mac computer. This process is not specific to Mac. It will work on Windows as well. It just looks a little different. Instead of going to something that's called a Finder window on your Windows computer, you go to your My Explorer and open up that where you see all your folders, and then you find your drive and you click on it. And then we come in, and a lot of times the manufacturer will have like their device name of what they call their particular product. In this case, I call it device name. Might have something, sometimes it'll cause you to drill down into the folder structure, and they cause you got to keep working our way towards that shapefile. That's what we're after. Sometimes you'll see a list here in this left-hand column of a lot of different folder names that relate to what they're trying to do, maybe software updates or firmware updates and things like that. But main focus is we're trying to find that product, that brand and model name of that piece of technology you're using, and click on that folder. Start drilling down to whatever they're called and keep clicking until you can find, there it is, the folder called Shapefiles. And sometimes what we're seeing right here is we're seeing three files, a DBF, an SHP, and an SHX file in the structure. We're missing the PRJ file, which makes this shapefile workable for software to process what's going on here. And for some inexplicable reason, which I don't know, don't have the knowledge to know, is they leave that one out. And so we're going to have to add it today, and it's not a big deal. We're going to walk our way through it. For starters, we're going to click on all three of these files, and we're going to copy them. And copy those three files, and then we're going to come over here to Documents, and we're going to save it to the computer in essence. So I already created a folder here called Shapefiles, and that's pretty handy to do to keep them grouped together so they don't get mixed up with other files. Create a folder on your computer's hard drive, like in your Documents, and we're going to paste that from the flash drive, the USB stick, into this folder we've made on the computer. Then now we need a PRJ file. I already have a PRJ file in here, and I could just click and grab it and drag it into here. But there is something I have not tried online, but there is places you can go and download PRJ files, and that's what we're going to do. I'll include that link where we go to get it in the YouTube or in the description or show notes, depending on which platform you're watching on. So you can click on that, and that could be your download go-to if you don't actually have a PRJ file on your computer. And we'll include that. And I'm not going to take you to that website. Well, actually I will. I'll pull this into the screen here and show you a site kind of like this is where you can go in and download a PRJ file and then use it to attach to the rest of those shapefile pieces that make this thing work. But for today, we're going to say that we've already downloaded it, and you went there and you download it to your computer and you drug it into the documents area, or copied and pasted it and put it in here in the documents section. And let's just say it's called this one, the incorrectly named .prj file. Now I'm going to copy this once again, and I'm going to go into Shapefiles, and we're going to paste this item in here. Now this is important. Before we go further, we need to make sure that this incorrectly named file .prj matches exactly the punctuation, the uppercase, lowercase letters, and characters of the rest of these. If it is not matched, it will not work. And so we're going to come in here and rename it. Once again, on a Windows computer, it's a very similar process. I'm sure you know how to rename your files. We're going to name it exactly what the manufacturer has called these other ones. In this case, I used a My Planting file as a name. Whatever name the other files are, you must match the PRJ naming process exactly the same. Now we're ready to go online. Well, not quite. Some places, some software require you to zip it to upload it. So inside this shapefile, we're going to grab all of these and make sure they're all selected. Here's where Mac differs just a little bit. On a Mac, you go over here to compress 4 items, and it makes a .zip file. All of those 4 files are now inside this zip folder. On a Windows computer, you're going to right-click that, and then there is a selection there that you can hover your mouse over called Send To, and then you can send it to a zip folder in that way. So largely it's the same process on a Mac or Windows, but on a Windows computer you hit Send To, and then it pulls up the zip file. Now you can go to your I'm going to pull into here just like an example software. Here I'm using Farm Server, and you can go into your Farm Server software, go and upload this data, monitor data, and we're going to hit Select Data File, and we're going to come over here to the shape files, and we can click on that zipped folder that we just created that has all 4 of these, and we click Open, and we're in. We've got it done, and it's processing that data at this time. So this is just a little quick tutorial on how you can make those shape files work when there's only 3 of them and they're missing the .prj file. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back with more info next time.